I just gave you what a professor at Emory University at the end of our first hour of the show laid out as science, the best fans in the NFL. Don't be mad at me, be mad at science. You can go get the podcast on Apple, iTunes, or on the ESPN app to listen to how that was laid out, but I'll recap it for you here as well. I'll tell you that the best fans in the NFL were rated as follows from 5 to 1. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the New York Giants, the Philadelphia Eagles, the New England Patriots, and at number 1, the best fans in the NFL, the most loyal, those that go to home games and sell out, those that travel to road games, those that engage online, those that buy merchandise, the Dallas Cowboys fans. Now, Cerruti, those in our online community, those out there in the Willisha had some things to say. What's the one team everybody was really upset about wasn't in the top 5?
The Packers. Well, there was one Lions fan who was really mad, called you an idiot, said that you don't know what you're talking about. Lions fans are clearly in the top 5, even though it's not your list. But it was mostly the Packers. People think the Packers are a top 5 fan base.
Yeah, I mean, if I wasn't putting any science or quantitative analysis behind this and you asked me which of the most dedicated fans, I would have guessed the Packers. But this isn't my opinion.
I would have guessed the Lions.
Don't sleep on the Lions.
Don't sleep on the
Hey,
Will,
let me ask you a question.
You're a moron. Hold on, let's read that tweet. Will, you're a moron. Well, first, it's not my opinion. This is like an analysis based upon data.
You could think you're a moron, but this doesn't seem like it's the right reason.
Yeah, you're free to think I'm a moron on any given occasion, but might want to save it for when I'm giving you one of my opinions, not reading you analysis from a professor. I would have guessed too. Packers. I would have guessed, but I don't know. I don't know where they're failing. By the way, it adjusts for market size. It doesn't reward the Giants because they're in New York. It tries to adjust for market size. So actually, we should look that up. Let me pull that article up. I'd be curious, where did the Packers come in? By the way, in the bottom, they also ranked the worst fan bases in the NFL. In the bottom was the Rams. So market size isn't going to save you. Wins and losses don't save you.
The Packers were 9, by the way.
Loyalty.
Number 9.
Packers came in 9th.
So who are you taking out of the top 5 if you're putting the Packers in?
Well, let me look back at my list. Well, should I take out the Eagles just to make everybody mad?
Eagles or Giants? Obviously, right?
Honestly, I've lived in New York for a while now. I might have slept on the Giants a little bit. I might have. I don't know. That brings me to Nuno. Nuno, you had a fan story you want to tell us? Of course you want to tell us during the commercial break, but everybody yelled at you and said, do your job, speak it into the microphone.
Well, yes, I was going to tell you a story about, in 2005, we went to a Giant Cowboy game down at the old Texas Stadium, and Giants lose in overtime 16-13. As we're walking out through the parking lot, me and a couple of my friends had some Giant jerseys on, and one of the guys who's still barbecuing looks at us. He's like, look, there's Eli Manning, Plexico Burris, and Tiki Barber, except that one looks like he ate Tiki Barber. So the guy behind us does that, and he happens to be a Cowboy fan, but the guy who took a cheap shot at me was like, why are you laughing?
Were you wearing Tiki's jersey, by the way?
I was wearing a nice brand new Tiki Barber jersey. Bubba's dying to say something because I see him like over here trying to turn on his mic.
I got
what
nothing.
Do you got, Bubba?
I think the guy said it all.
Well, I will say this for your experience, Nuno, and in all sense of objectivity. I think Cowboys fans, like I said earlier, are dedicated. I do think they're loyal, and I do think they're big, but I don't think they're the most crazy or the most passionate. And that was a little nice interaction you had, Nuno. Imagine if I showed up to the old, the old vet in Philadelphia with a Troy Aikman jersey on. That would have been the nicest thing said to me. That would have been
Patriot fans are some of the worst ones as well. I've had friends who have gone to Jet Patriot games with their wives and have had hot dogs thrown at them because they were wearing Jet jerseys.
Yeah, and you and Cerruti had a hot take that you want to see where Patriots fans rank when the team isn't so good, right? You think this is fair weather fandom, huh?
Yeah, after a couple 5-win seasons, I want to see if they're still in the top 5. Post-Brady Belichick era.
Well, unfortunately for you, I don't think they're going to give you that opportunity anytime soon. They're going to be good.
The cliff's coming, dude. I'm just telling you.
They're going to be good. All right. We'll
Go
find
Lions.
out in about a decade.